What's going on, guys? Counting Gains back again for another reaction. So today we got one of my favorite people in history, man, Jesse Ventura. This one's called Jesse Ventura Slaps Hannity. So Hannity is like a kind of a conservative guy. You know, I think he's on CNN, or not CNN, he's on Fox News. Definitely not on CNN, that's more left-wing kind of thing. And, you know, he kind of propagates the news, reports the news type thing. And Jesse Ventura, he's very liberal, but not in the traditional sense. He says he's liberal with a small L, you know, that kind of way. He's kind of more open to different ideas, but obviously Navy SEAL, kind of a conservative guy as well. So this one should be crazy. It's on the Young Turks, which is a predominantly left-wing kind of liberal news media outlet. So this one should be crazy, man. Jesse Ventura, definitely one of the best. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Head over to my Patreon as well. Lots of content there, and let's get it.
Jesse Ventura on Sean Hannity's program. Oh, this ought to be good. And they start with a question of, did Bush keep us safe? And is torture, etc., the right way to go? And what are the methods that we need to do to keep us safe? I have funny comments on Hannity as he struggles to appear as credible as Ventura. But let's watch the first clip first.
Look, we can go down the old road of our battle. You do not like the Bush administration.
No.
You don't like Dick Cheney. I got that. I understand that. But I want to ask you some new questions.
All right.
All right, if you're game.
Sure.
All right? Because
sure.
What is it? What do you think of Barack Obama?
I think he's exceptionally intelligent. From, you know, when you hear him speak and through...
He reads a teleprompter. Oh, come on.
Well, at least we got a president now who can read one.
Listen,
you know, we didn't have that.
That's not a sign of intelligence. But
yes, it is.
No,
if you're not capable of reading a teleprompter.
No, it's not.
No, I'll say this. I think he's very intelligent. I think it's far too early to be judgmental because, let's face it, he inherited a mess. Wait, he inherited 2 wars. He inherited economy in the tank. Economy in the tank, 2 wars. Yeah. I wouldn't have wished that on my worst enemy.
Well, George Bush inherited a recession. George Bush inherited the negative.
No, he
Let me
did
finish.
not.
Yes, he. Oh, yes, he did.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yes, he did. And the negative impact of 9/11.
All right. You're telling me that the United States was better off after George Bush or before him?
After.
Oh my.
That's not, guys. The U.S. was not better off after George Bush, man. Everybody unanimously hated George Bush. That guy invaded a sovereign country. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He was just listening to people in power. That was a joke, guys. That was crazy.
God, how can you make that statement?
You just did. And I'll tell you why.
Well, I don't even need to talk to you about it then.
It's not about Republicans.
It's ridiculous. This country was far better off before George Bush than it is after George Bush.
Want me to quote you the 9/11 Commission report? For an entire decade... I'm glad I can make you laugh.
You can. When you bring up the 9/11 Commission, that makes me laugh.
Yeah, because obviously 9/11 was an inside job, guys. Everybody unanimously says that. There's 500 smoking barrels. Everybody knows that 9/11 was not just done by some guy, you know, half a world away. You know, it was just completely ridiculous.
Because they didn't investigate nothing.
Well, I agree, and to one extent you're partially right, but they did get one thing right, that there were a group of radicals that were at war with the United States, and we weren't at war with them. We saw the first Trade Center bombing, the embassy bombings, the USS Cole, and we have radicals that think God is going to reward them in heaven with virgins, Jesse. How do you stop them? What do you do? Tell me what you do.
You pay attention to memos on August 6th that tell you exactly what bin Laden's going to do. Instead, we hear Condoleezza Rice going, I didn't know what they were going to do.
Yeah, so the CIA actually gave him a documentation saying on, you know, September 11th that the World Trade Center was going to get hit by radical Islamic terrorists in the next 3 months, or they said at least the next 3 months. But they didn't know, like, you know, but he didn't know, he was kind of claiming he didn't know George Bush, but he knew, guys. It's just the fact that he either didn't follow up on it or he was probably paid off to not say anything or not protect the country. So we don't know, man. They don't know. Nobody tells us the public anything. You know, it's all classified information, right?
And the memo says Bin Laden set to hijack planes and ram them into buildings.
I have a better idea.
And your buddy George Bush, he was on vacation in Crawford at the time. Did you know he took over 900 days of vacation?
No, president's never off. The president said, do you know that, let me give you an example.
This one was, he wasn't on his watch because the biggest attack in history happened on his watch.
See, but that's why I love Jesse, because he points out things that are so damn obvious that everybody else, for some reason, is afraid to point out. Which is, what are you talking about? 9/11 happened on his watch. Are you aware that we're still not at September 11th of 2009, meaning getting to the same point in the Obama's administration that we were under Bush's administration when we were attacked? And if an attack happened now, what do you think? Conservatives would just say, oh, no, it wasn't Obama's fault. And we're nowhere near September 11th, right? So Bush went all the way to September 11th of his first term, got a memo, as Ventura points out, saying they're going to attack you. And here's how they're going to attack you, in which cities. And what Ventura didn't even point out there was Bush literally, while at Crawford, told the guy at the CIA who gave him the briefing, okay, you covered your ass, now go back home. He did not keep us safe, and it is an absolute joke to pretend that he did. So now Ventura's going to keep it going. They're going to argue over deficits here, and I'm going to tell you in a little bit why I think Ventura has so much credibility on both of these fronts. It's clip number 5.
Do you know who first brought up the deficit?
Yeah.
Ross Perot.
It's true.
That's right. True. And so don't come at me that all the Republicans do, they spend like Democrats, only they charge it. Listen. At least the Democrats go cash and carry. The Republicans do the same thing and charge it.
This, though, but in 1 year to quadruple the deficit, to have the CBO tell us that in 10 years, let me finish. This? Well, kids and grandkids, but in 10 years we're going to quadruple. And no, that's not true. No, this deficit is Obama's deficit. This is Obama's spending. Obama did it in 1 year.
To fix George Bush's mess.
You just...
But it's so true. You know, Obama, when the man just came into office. Who created this mess that he's got to...
at the time, 2009, so what's that, 1 year into his term? Obama came in 2008, I think, or something like that. And Bush left in... Oh, no, Obama came in 2006, maybe? Whatever. It was something like short term, like few years, whatever, 1 year into his term, and he's already saying that basically it's Obama's fault. That's just ridiculous, guys.
Fix. Obviously, George Bush. Now, the reason Ventura has so much credibility is because he's a true independent. He couldn't give a rat's ass about the Democrats. He ran against the Democrats in Minnesota, and he has no interest in coddling them. And
two-party dictatorship, the same thing that we have in this country, Ireland, man. Two-party dictatorship, soon to be three-party dictatorship whenever Sinn Féin gets, re-elected or elected back in.
Hannity knows this, and that's why I look at Ventura and I think, very similar to the way that I think, because I was a Republican all the way until 2003. I think, look, this isn't a matter of, I'm trying to be partisan on one side or another. Ventura's not trying to be partisan, and everybody knows that. It's just that when you look at it, you go, well, these guys clearly screwed it up. They screwed up national security. They screwed up America's image by torturing. They screwed up the deficits. They screwed up the economy. Now you want me to come out here and tell you it's 50-50. Well, I'm not going to do it. And neither is Jesse. He's more likely to body slam you. So now we go to the final clip. He's going to talk to Hannity about how Republicans are playing politics.
Jeez, you didn't even get to any good topics.
Because you insist on going over the old topic, and I knew you'd do this.
Well, because I need to pound it.
Why does Hannity sound like he's freaking 5 years old, man?
Insist on going over the old topic, and I knew you'd do this.
Well, because I need to pound it home to people to have them realize Barack Obama inherited this mess. Republicans had the Congress for 6 years, and they had the presidency.
Now it's Obama's mess, and Obama quadrupled the deficit in 1 year, and we'll see what happens to our kids and grandkids.
Okay, well, George Bush had a bailout too, didn't he? And you know what's interesting?
You're never going to run for office. I don't care what you say about
Republicans voted for it when it was George Bush's bailout, but they wouldn't vote for it when it was Obama's. That's politics at its worst. That's putting your party before the country.
I am a Reagan conservative.
I'm a Goldwater conservative.
Well, I'm a Reagan conservative. We just disagree on social issues on many things.
Yeah.
Reagan gave us the longest period of peacetime economic growth. He ended the Cold War, and he took on evil in his time, and I love him for it.
Okay.
And Bush kept us safe. Goodbye. Thank you.
Kept us safe. The biggest attack in history on his watch.
Yeah, okay.
Why he kept us safe? What an idiot! That's like the most dumb thing ever.
Tell
Thank
me he
Bill
kept
Clinton
us
for that.
safe. No, I'll thank George Bush, who don't read memos and who goes on vacation and
You should have blamed
sleeps.
Clinton for not getting bin Laden when he was off.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I'd rather have 1,000 Monicas than all these 9/11s and the terrorists.
I don't know why I like you, but I do.
Ooh, damn, bro. He's basically saying that 1,000 Monica Lewinsky scandals, you know, he kind of cheated on his wife. You know, who wouldn't cheat on Hillary Clinton, guys? That dude's the she-devil. But, you know, rather than a 9/11 where 3,000 Americans got killed, guys. You know, who wouldn't want that, right?
I tell you the truth, that's why.
That's part of it. The other part of it is, oh no, from the top rope.
Yeah, so absolutely Jesse Ventura schooled. The name of the video is Bitch Slaps Hannity. I would say absolutely roasts Hannity. Legendary Jesse Ventura again. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave in the comments down below what you guys think. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.